All right, are we live? Are we good? I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. Hey, we're good. What's good, everybody? Welcome, welcome. It's been about a week. How's everybody doing? We have a lot to talk about for start of this week. Oh boy, oh boy. It is getting juicy. Welcome, everybody. What's going on? I'm going to tweet out the stream real quick before we get into the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes. How's everybody doing? How's your weekend? All right, let's see. Star was pretty juicy this week. Star versus the forces of evil. Talking about it live. All right. Hey, Tom. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of as the title says, a lot of shipping wars going on right now. Actually, I should probably. No, that's fine. Oh, thank you so much, Reestail Shadow member, for the 99 PHP. Welcome back. I appreciate it. What is PHP again? I don't even remember. PHP. I'm gonna have to look it up. PHP currency. Interesting. What country? Oh, Filipino. Oh, that makes sense. Welcome back. All right. So before we even get into what happened in this episode, what did you guys think of these two episodes overall? I've seen a lot of mixed reactions so far. I actually like them. And I'll get into why later. I understand why some people didn't like it. Or I don't want to say didn't like it, but like we're kind of felt like certain things were problematic with it. But I felt like it was pretty well handled for the most part. 3 and 4 out. Yeah, they're both out. They came out in the Disney app and Disney Channel at 8 in the morning. I don't know why they're doing it at 8 in the morning. Very weird. Yeah, they are on Sunday mornings, Annie. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what the logic is for that, but. Weird. Who's with Starco? Say hi. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I don't. It is a weird time. It is a very weird time. So yeah, we can get into the shipping stuff in a sec. I'm not gonna break down every little detail of the episodes. I'm just gonna kind of skim through, just to kind of talk about the main highlights of each episode. The Moon. Okay, so first of all, Moon's trying to get her memory back, and she's like has half amnesia now, which is interesting. We've got some erotic monster sculptures. We know if you've read Eclipsa's chapter, that makes a lot of sense. But Meteora seems to remember Moon, right here. So that's kind of more of a hint. Even Eclipsa's like, oh, she just she doesn't need to be changed. She's just dirty. It's all good, whatever. Which is kind of similar to what she did last time. She just kind of brushed it off. Like, it's fine. She's just cranky, or I don't remember what she said. But it's interesting that keeps happening whenever Moon sees someone. She has a specific reaction. So when she saw Marco, she was very pissed. She had the death glare. And when she saw Moon, she just started crying. So that makes a lot of sense. So obviously, Meteor seems to remember certain things, which is kind of interesting, because Moon, the whole thing is about Moon getting this face is amazing. The whole thing is about Moon getting her memory back. So it's interesting. It seems like Meteor might actually remember. Stomco, OT3. I feel like we're not gonna go there in a Disney show, but I can see why you'd say that. To be honest, this guitar bit was amazing. Oh my god. This, which episode is this? This is the episode 3 and 4. This one is Moon Remembers. Sorry, I need a cough drop. I have kind of a cough. I don't want to be coughing in your guys' ear. But yeah, she remembers Globgor, sort of. Well, yeah, she pretty much remembers Globgor. But what's interesting is she still doesn't trust Eclipsa. And at first, I felt like this was kind of hinting that Eclipsa might actually be evil. Maybe they might be backpedaling, because at first it's like, oh my god, Eclipsa's evil. This is crazy. And then I was like, oh, she's actually not that bad, you know. But if you go back to her court date, her her trial, she was saying some pretty sketchy stuff. But Moon still doesn't trust her for whatever reason, and that actually comes back here. So we thought this was gonna be Beach Day. It ended up not being Beach Day. I know a lot of you guys were speculating that this, because it's called Swimsuit, was going to be related to this picture, but obviously we know that that didn't happen. Again, I think this picture is going to happen towards the end of the season or a mid-season finale type situation. You know? Don't know why Moon doesn't trust Eclipsa. I think she's just a bigot. So a little bit. I think that's kind of the point. The Mew and Monster relationships is kind of an allegory for racism in a way. But I think she just has her old memories of what she learned about Eclipsa all those years, so she kind of has that embedded in her like subconscious. Meteor is a bit tragic, yet largely unsympathetic villain. I don't like her much as a person, but she's a good character for sure. Yeah, I agree with that. She is. Yeah, that is very interesting, because you feel definitely like her motivations make sense, but it's still hard to like her. I think it's just that she's just such a bad person all around. I think she just thinks Eclipse is irresponsible. Well, yeah, that's kind of what happens here. So Eclipsa does some otherworldly nonsense to Romulus, which was kind of like a red flag, especially coming after Moon Remembers, where Moon is really not trusting her at all. So it's like, maybe she's right to not trust her. And we get a weird moment here. And was interesting. So this whole conflict, she wants to free Globgor, and you really sympathize with her because that's her husband. Star tries to get them to talk like adults. It doesn't work, which is kind of an interesting theme, because in the previous episode, she ends the episode going like, oh, you know, I just feel so grown up. So I feel like that's going to be a common reoccurrence, kind of her dealing with her identity, because she's on that cusp. She's like, what, 14, 15, something like that. So she's like on the cusp of being a kid and being an adult, and she's been giving a lot of adult responsibilities, which is something similar to Steven Universe. Toffee, Seth, father-son duo, and will be cool. Yeah, dude, I think Toffee might come back, but I think he might actually come back as a good guy, maybe, because Globgor said that was a mistake to kill him in the first place. So I guess I could see him possibly coming back. She's dark magic, married a monster, and that's just super against the prissy segregation society Moon grew up with. Yeah, so that's the core of it. But what I liked about this is it kind of this was amazing. This whole exchange with the self-esteem spell, low self-esteem nightmare spell, so good. Also the nipple demon thing, that was weird. Like this whole sequence is just so weird and ridiculous. But anyway, Eclipsa changes bodies with Romulus, and then he tries to free Globgor, or I guess she tries to free Globgor, and Star's ready to throw hands, man. She's actually about it. She's actually about the smoke. And then she realizes, she says, like, you know, how are people supposed to trust you, man? Come on, Eclipsa. Well, I can't even trust you if you're going to do crazy, questionable ethical, or questionably unethical spells like this. So she kind of got the point. She was like, you know what, you're right. I probably shouldn't be doing this. Romulus still does not trust her. He still hates her, and he basically re-crystallizes Globgor to make sure that he stays crystallized. And he's pretty content in not freeing Globgor, which makes sense because he did eat humans, you know. But what does Eclipsa wear a bib? You know, I never thought about that. I guess it is kind of a bib. I feel like there's another word for it because it's not like a bib per se. Is there another word for that? Does anyone know? Anyone who knows old which colonial fashion? Anyone remember? But yeah, Eclipsa kind of realizes the error of her ways, and it makes you understand like why people don't trust her so much because her dark magic kind of not super chill a lot. I mean, she literally switched bodies with a person against their will without the consent, so that's pretty not cool. But she's using questionable means to do something that she truly believes in, and then even she stops. She's like, you know, the kingdom comes first. So I feel like that was the moment that solidified Eclipsa as not the villain for sure. I mean, we kind of pretty much knew that, but there's still that lingering question, like, oh, is there something wrong with her? Maybe she's actually crazy. But it seems like that was the moment for the audience where, you know, she's good. It's just a matter of her methods have been questionable, and the rest of the people don't trust her because of that. So she's gonna have to kind of backpedal a little bit, chill it with the dark magic, and figure out how to earn the rest of Muni's trust, which I really like that. I think that's very interesting. And it's interesting because we don't really have a true villain yet in the season. We still have to wait for Ludo. We might get Toffee back. Globgor is obviously going to play a role. The Globgor's arc is not done yet, clearly. But I like that what they're doing with Globgor because it's kind of... You don't know if you're rooting for her or not. You don't know if you want him to be freed because Eclipsa really cares about him, or if you're like concerned that he's actually going to eat humans. Like, I really like that they're playing around with this gray area a lot. I think that's a collar. It's a collar, yeah, but it's like... It's a bib. It literally comes down like a bib. It's like the same size as one. It's kind of a turtleneck, yeah, a little bit. There people have been predicting since season 3. Marco's related to Eclipsa. Him and Meteora have the same mole. Him and Meteora have the same mole. That's... Did I never hear about that? Hold up. Where's Meteora? Let's find. I don't know if baby Meteora is gonna have it, but okay, it's Marco. You know, Marco has them all. Okay, so baby Meteora doesn't. Let's look up adult Meteora. Let's see. Yeah, we have a lot more to talk about soon. Meteora, Star Wars first view. Okay. Baby adult. Yeah, because I don't remember a mole. Oh, I guess it does have a mole. That's interesting. I don't think I heard about that, or if I did, it was something that I kind of just glossed over. But the reason, yeah, she does. Yo, that's pretty crazy. The reason I'm not glossing over it is because they've been bringing up the mole a lot. Like, they brought it up like 2 or 3 times already, and it's like just the beginning of the season. They brought it up with the monkey. The monkey had the same mole. It's like, oh, we're connected. Oh my god, like as a joke. And then they brought it up in one of these episodes. I forget what the context was, but they brought it up in one of these episodes for sure. So I think it's on the same side too, which is pretty. That's pretty crazy. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And we actually did a theory about how Marco might be a descendant of a human, because there's a chapter. I think it was Skywind's chapter. I believe I might be wrong. I might not be remembering, but in the Book of Spells, she sent a bunch of humans to what seems to be Earth. So I don't know. He could be a descendant. He could be a descendant of Meteor somehow. I don't know if that adds up. Well, I guess she is a butterfly, so I guess that's the gene there, sort of. And it would also explain why they're so connected, like, thematically, you know? Not thematically, but that's like her arch nemesis, essentially. That's pretty crazy. We see the marks after Marco touches the wand. Yeah, but and that's another thing. Like Festivia gets the marks eventually. Also, and she is not like, I mean, she's Mumin, I guess technically, but she's not like royal. She's not a butterfly, and it seems like only the butterflies have this, or like royal families have this of some sort. So I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. And Marco has the crescent moon cheeks, just like Eclipsa. Eclipsa's color, or I guess not like Eclipsa, but her one of her symbols is the crescent moon. So that's definitely interesting. That's definitely very interesting. Very interesting. As explained in the show, if around magic long enough, you get cheeks and can use them wrong. See, was that really explained? I don't remember that being explained in depth. I think that may have been implied, but that's very interesting. That lobster didn't get cheek marks from only transformed. So the fact that it happened right away on Marco is some kind of hint. Yeah, I mean it's got to mean something because they didn't really address that afterwards. Not confirmed, but the reason why they got the cheat marks is from being exposed to the wand's magic. Okay, so how do you know that if it's? Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's literally what happened is because of the wand. But what is that? What does that mean? You know, because Festivia has the marks, they're not fake. So she had it, and it looks like they're permanent. It doesn't look like it's like a temporary thing. So these marks have to mean something. To some degree. They've got to mean something. All right, we're going to get into all the other nitty-gritty later on. But, yeah, that was it for that episode, or those episodes. Or I guess, no, that episode, because it's technically one. Meteora and Marco's mom have eyes that have the same shape. That might not mean anything, necessarily. I can see that, for sure. But I don't think that's... There's only so many eye shapes you're going to do in this art style, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But that's a little bit of reach. It was applied in Star Marco's Guide to Matching Dimensions. Okay, interesting. It's been a while since I read that. So I might miss details. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably in something like that. Mentioned the Book of Spells. I have to reread that too. That's a big book. There's a lot of details in there. Some are important, some aren't. Easy to miss some things. So, I don't know. That's definitely very interesting. We also learned Globgor. Glossary can be at two places at once, which is pretty broken. That's pretty broken. I wish we had known that before. I don't know why he never did that, but yeah. So that's it for that episode. So who won the ship? Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. Don't worry. Don't sweat it. We are definitely getting there. This was a very, very interesting string of episodes here. All right, so he gets a Ransomgram. All right, so we're back to this dimension. He's older. So the thing that still bothers me, and I know other people have brought this up, but I don't like how, and I guess it just is explained because he's in a different dimension, so he changes in a way. But I don't like how his personality has not shifted. Like, his personality is so different when he's adult Marco to when he's a kid Marco. But mentally, he's still the same Marco. It's not like he changes, like, personality. Or it's not like he should change personality. Not on paper, at least. Like, the dimension shouldn't change your psyche. Because he still remembers everything he did when he's in the regular dimension. Like, when he's on Earth and Muni and stuff. So I feel like he should act more adults. I know that kind of breaks the whole thing. When you think about it, he's like, what, 30-something? It also kind of makes the Starco thing kind of gross, because he's like mentally a 30-year-old. I don't know. That's weird. Anyone's convinced that River has some early onset dementia? I think that's definitely highly plausible. For sure. For sure. This episode made me squirm so badly. Okay, so we can talk about this. This is going to be a bulk of it. So, the first thing, obviously, as many of you probably already know, Star is pretty much heavily implied to be bi, which is completely new. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's cool that Disney was like cool with the way they did this. She I'm sorry if you think this is just, she thinks she's just, you know, a cool, sick warrior girl and she thinks she's just really dope. Like literally the same sequence happens for her and from adult Marco. Like literally the same colors, same like light bubbles. She's still blushing. Like she got that low eyes, man. It's come on. Let's let's be real. That it is what it is, man. So that's pretty interesting. I didn't think I wasn't expecting that out of nowhere. That was like really interesting, especially since she was so obsessed with specifically boys in puberty. This seems like something they probably had to work on over time with Disney. Like, I feel like Disney, they're probably iffy because Darren Nestor said in an interview that puberty was like kind of already pushing it for Disney. They didn't like the title puberty and just the idea of going through puberty and stuff like that. So I guess this is just a theory. I don't know, but I'm assuming Darren FC and the team may have had this headcanon that Star was bi, but they couldn't necessarily do anything with it. Because Disney's had, you know, the same-sex couples kissing once in the audience. So, like, little stuff. They had, like, implied stuff at Gravity Falls with the cops. So, it seems like, I mean, this is super. This is super bi, man. This is, like, there's no doubt. This is, like, it's unquestionable. It's unquestionable. She even says, like... wait, let me, when the chick is fighting, I forget her name. She's like, she fights, she's like, who's next? And then Star's like, can I be next? Like, yo, Star! Well, relax, please. You're what, 12? Can you basically not, like, say step on me, essentially, is what she just did? Like, oh my god, man. I don't want to kink shame you, Star, but geez. That's pretty crazy. Disney would never confirm a character's queerness. I think that'll happen eventually. I mean, they're already moving towards it in a big way. I mean, that's like big. I mean, for a kid's animated show to have a girl that's into both, like, very heavily implied she's like crushing on a woman and a man. Like, I know she's 15. When I say you're like 12, that's like the meme. Like, oh, what are you, 12? Like, I know she's like 15. I'm aware. I literally just said that like a few minutes before. The bi flag is literally in her eyes. I actually didn't notice that. Hold up. Let's go back. When is it in her eyes? Is it when she's like riding with them? On the pig thing or whatever? Not the pig, you know what I mean. Wait. I gotta see this. I need confirmation. Okay. So is this right here? Yeah, she's 15, but she's 12. Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you're too young to be having these kinks, man. Come on. Star, not Star bi flag. Bi flag. Yeah, that's pretty much. It's pretty close. It's not exact 1-to-1, but that's definitely what they're going for sure. Like, that's. Even the background is like kind of close, except you have like the green. Like, it doesn't quite line up, but it's very similar color palettes. She's even kind of wearing bicolors, almost in a way. She did more blue. Like, if this section here was like more blue rather than like a teal seafoam type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, she's bi. She's come on, bro. Let's keep it real. Also, apparently Marco turned into a yam for a year. That's definitely news. But yeah, she's 100%, man. Like, I have absolutely no question. She's like super blushing. I like how when Marco was doing his speech She was just like, "You're so you're so hot right now." Like you thought it was gonna be something all emotional, but yeah, she's. I'm not overanalyzing it. This is not overanalysis. Bro, come on. Like, look. You can think what you want, okay? She could be bi or not bi, but come on, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. She literally, like, she was established multiple times to have a crush on adult Ab Marco, and she's acting the literally exact same way with this woman. Come on, bro. let's keep it 100, okay? This is soft confirmation. Look at that. Come on, bro. Look at the way she looks. Look at. What does that mean? Okay. Anyway, we are getting sidetracked. I'm just saying. That was like a big thing. I mean, that's a really cool inclusion. Like, it's, you know, even though it's not abrupt, like hitting you over the head. I mean, it kind of is in a way, but it is intentionally. You know, it just works. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's really cool because I don't think we've seen. Has there been a lot of like bi characters in children's cartoons? Like, even like you know, implied bi. Like that's a big deal. That's really cool. I think, especially since she's like, you know, young, and like younger kids will see that and be like, oh, I guess it's okay. Like if you know what I mean? Like it makes it feel more comfortable. I don't think it's pandering at all. I think it's like, I don't think that's a political statement either. I think, like, I don't see how that's even controversial. Like, again, I don't care what sexuality Star is. She's 15. She's a cartoon character, but seems bi to me. Just saying. Sailor Moon. Oh yeah, Sailor Moon had that. Yeah, a little bit. I think that was just straight up gay. But yeah. Anyway, we're moving on. We're back to the shipping. Just throwing that out there. I thought that was cool representation. All right, so we're back on the shipping. She's wearing a lava suit, casual. This man's my favorite. I just want to go ahead and say I don't even remember his name, but he's like one of my top 5 favorite characters. He has done absolutely nothing, but that's what I love about him. He's such a joke. Like I love him. I love him. I don't even remember his name, but he's dope. I want more. I want more one-liners from him because he's just complete non sequiturs, like nothing. Nothing. He's talking. Somebody who used to be a mean tap dancer. Like that was just so good. So we have the storm. She can't go to Marco. I don't know how she was able to survive these falling droplets of fire. I'm assuming. She does drink. Like what? Like it's so weird. It's so weird. That's like the last episode, the dude with the like peg leg, and he had like the hole in the leg. He's like, "Oh, get back in there," and the dude like got sucked up. I was like, "What?" Like they're really going all out with their designs in this season. I feel like they're like really going ham. He's great. I love him. He reminds me of Tan Patrick, I think, because like he just kind of have that like slumpy, gross, gross colored look to him. Like that just kind of looks like him. I feel like I don't know. Hold on, let me do a side by side comparison. Like I feel like he fits. I feel like he would literally fit in this episode. Like he just looks gross and has like the wrinkly lumps, and I don't know. Anyway, it's not really relevant. Yeah, he's great. Futurama. He does kind of look like the Futurama dude too, a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, so yeah, it's clearly, you know, Tom's mom's got some issues. She's not really feeling Star. Definitely salty. This dude's great. The weird painting dude, like him too. We have to go through the pictures, and they go to the Blood Moon Ball, and she's not feeling it. She's feeling hurt, And finally, they have the discussion about how Marco kissed Star. And that's obviously a conversation we needed to have for quite a while. And I think it was handled very interestingly that, you know, he said he had to confide in his mom, which I feel like is interesting because I feel like that really highlights the lack of friends he has, which is, like, tragic. But I personally like the way they did this because they needed to talk about this. And I like especially that the last episode was kind of a Marco episode, so to speak, because she's so attracted to adult Marco. And even this episode, again, I don't know how she's surviving the lava and the, like, what? Even this episode, she was supposed to meet up with Marco and his family, but instead she decides to stay there and eat with them. So, again, it kind of really highlights how conflicted she is. And I think that's very interesting because this has been going on for pretty much the whole show. But I think it's interesting that they're teasing the Starco stuff still. And we still have the Curse of the Blood Moon coming up soon. And they're kind of showing Star. I think they're just juggling a lot of Star plot points. Because she has to deal with all the responsibilities she left and with Eclipsa. And then she's also torn between these two people in her life. And one's like a human and one's not. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I like the parallels a lot. Are Star and Marco going to find out about being soul bonded? Well, they should know about that already. I'm pretty sure. They should already have that aware. But I think the end game is most likely Starco. I think most people will accept that. Even the Tomco shippers that kind of are aware that's where the show's probably going, most likely. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But I like that they had this conversation about how Marco kissed her. You know, it was very specific circumstances. And I think Tom is totally within his right to feel the way he feels because she definitely probably should have brought that up instead of Marco first. So I thought that was definitely very interesting. 30-second argument about the kiss due to this show. Absolutely nothing. Star got sucked back under Tom's wing because she got... Well, here's the thing about Star. I understand what you're saying because it doesn't have to deal with the main story per se. But first of all, stories should be character focused anyway, and this is a very interesting character dynamic. But the thing with Star, if you look back at how the relationships were handled beforehand, where you had Marco and Jackie together, that deeply affected Star's character. Had her deep dive into Eclipsa's chapter, use dark magic. She lost the book. Like, a lot of things kind of spiraled out of control from there. Like, it just kind of wrinkled down. And then eventually Marco and Jackie broke up. That affected Marco's character, brought him to Muni because he just didn't know what to do because he just missed Muni that much. So all these things are affecting the characters. They're all tied in. And I think this is going to tie into the main story because that's what's happened in the past already with these past relationships. These aren't just ships to me. These aren't just like, oh, there's teenage drama with their couples and, oh, does she like him or does she like him? Like, that's not really what it is. It's like, damn, like, she's struggling with all these things and she's torn. She has these two people that she really likes and she's kind of into and she doesn't really know. The feelings are really messy and complicated and it makes her a more complicated character. And I think these are important characters at the end of the day. These are important characters. And it also adds to the dynamic that Tom and Marco are also friends. So it's like this really weird, interesting thing. And again, I think it's going to tie into the main plot because of how it's going to affect these characters because they are major characters, obviously. You know, and obviously the Blood Moon Ball ties into a lot of stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's irrelevant. I don't think it doesn't move the story forward. It pushes the characters' agendas forward. It shows us a lot about the characters, what they're going through internally. Again, the fact that she stayed here instead of going to Marco's, but this episode was right after a Marco episode. Like, literally, like, it ends with her hugging Tom in this episode, but in the previous episode, it ends with her hugging Marco. That was not unintentional. That was 100% on purpose. So the parallels are being shown here, and it's gonna build. It's already building. Like, it's already building a lot. See how much Star is confused about who she likes. I see it as more of a possibility that she ends up with no one at the end, and I think that works too. Actually, I think I'd be cool with that. I'd be cool with that. But again, we're getting a lot of dive into the characters, and these are the main characters, so that's really what matters. Like Steven Universe, for example, their like filler episodes focus on character development. The problem there is a lot of times they focus on the wrong characters. There's usually like the Beach City characters and whatnot. But when they do episodes that are filler, not dealing with the plot per se, but it's like a Pearl episode, like last one out of Beach City, where Pearl is trying to move on from Rose and become more cool and loose and fun. That was a lot of character development for one of our main characters, which ended up tying in later on, and we get to see a whole arc for her. So this is a similar situation here, where Star and Marco's relationship is developing, Star and Tom's relationship is developing, and they're both developing parallel to each other, and there's a lot of dynamics at play. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was a waste. You know what I mean? I understand a lot of people want to get into the lore and Globgor, but like I think they're building up to that in a really smart way, because they're not giving us Globgor. Like, they've given us, we were 4 episodes in, and they've already given us at least 2 significant moments with Globgor, especially this last episode. So, you know what I mean? So I think that, regardless of where you stand in the shipping wars, I personally like both. And that's probably controversial. I think writing wise, Star and Tom make the most sense, technically. I could possibly see them doing a fake out. You know, I could possibly see them making her end up with no one, having her realize something about herself and life, possibly. Just a thought. I don't know. But Tom's a freaking monster. He doesn't have a... What does that mean? It's Star bi. I mean, yeah, I think she's bi. Like, let's keep it real. But yeah, who to villain me this season? I mean, I think Ludo, definitely. I think Ludo's gonna be one of them. But I think the villain's gonna be someone we're not even expecting. So there's definitely something up with Glossaryc. I don't think he's necessarily a villain, but yeah, those were those episodes. I thought they were dope. I know they were kind of controversial because of the shipping, because of the buy stuff. But I don't know. I think it's good. I think what they're building up to is good. I think it's very interesting. Personally, I'm gonna go to Twitter, just kind of like float around. There's a lot of the buy moment, a lot of the buy moment. It's very interesting. What do you think about the Marco Butterfly theory? We actually talked about that a bit. I think it's pretty plausible. Pretty plausible. I think we talked about it because in the Book of Spells, she sent Earthlings to Skywind sent Earthlings to what seems to be Earth, so he could be a descendant. I don't know. Moko endgame villain. I think that would be awesome. I think that'd be very, very interesting. Let's look up what the next episodes are, because I actually don't remember what the next ones are. I need a refresher. During the hiatus, I believe Marco would be the villain, but I really doubt it. Well, I think he could be a temporary villain. I don't think he's going to end up being, like, the villain, you know? I think that would be kind of, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't seem like he would do something like that. Okay, so we have Yada Yada Berries and Down by the River. So these episodes, I'm going to go at least to the Ponyhead show. Even then, though, I think the Ponyhead show probably includes Eclipsa because of the Japanese trailer that we got. I'm going to say these episodes, at least to Down by the River, possibly the Ponyhead show, are going to be kind of just goofy, you know? And then we have Surviving Spider Bites that might tie into Eclipsa. We already did all this, but the next one we have are up to Spider Bites, so definitely very excited for that. I think we have episode descriptions for more, I believe, right? Marco's too nice to be the villain. Well, that's the thing. He might end up in a situation you didn't think he would end up being. You know? And the game villain is the nipple deep. Yo, I actually be down. That's another thing. Like, can you say nipple on a kid's show? Is that okay? Is that allowed? I guess so. That just seemed like a weird thing to say in a kid's show. I don't know. Like, I don't remember what show it was, but they said like turd or crap in a show once, and I was in a kid's show, and I was like, that's weird. That feels weird. I feel like nipple feels weird in a Disney cartoon, but I mean, they did it. I like it. It's really weird. It's very strange concept to be a nipple demon. Very, very strange concept. Mark has the monster arm, exactly. That has not been touched upon at all. There's a lot of moving parts in this season that they could go with. A lot of things. Let me see if they have episode descriptions. I don't think they do for all of them, but season 4 descriptions. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Gonna go to wiki. Shoutouts to the wiki. So we got yada yada berries. Okay, so we do have some synopsis. So Star and Marco act like amateur detectives as they open an investigation into who was responsible for trying to transform Eclipsa into stone. Okay, never mind. That sounds pretty dope. Moon's new villain. That would be really cool. I could actually see her being the new villain, sort of, but that would be really, really cool. And that would tie into the beach day photo, because she said she would never be smiling in this picture if they didn't get her mom back. Well, if they do get the mom back, which they did, but she's a villain. Because she loses her memory, so she becomes someone else that she wouldn't have been otherwise. Like, that'd be really cool. I don't think they're going to do that, but I think that would be dope. That'd be really dope. I love like really complicated, conflicting feelings when it comes to villains and who you're rooting for. Like, a good show knows how to make it so it's hard to root for one person. Like, it makes you feel for a lot of different angles, a lot of different people. And I think Star does a really great job of doing that. And that's a harder thing to do, especially with cartoons recently. Like, they really make you don't know who you're really rooting for, especially at this point, which I like that a lot. Synopsis: Moon and River attempt to get used to their new lives after they gave up their crowns. Okay, so that sounds like a fun episode. That could tie into something, actually. I can see that tying into something. And then we got the Ponyhead show. Star asked for Ponyhead's help to increase Eclipsa's popularity. Okay, so they did. Okay, so that is definitely related to Eclipsa, and they are going to make it so they try to make her a little more favorable for Muni. So that actually sounds fun. Like, I know a lot of people don't like Ponyhead, but I'm actually digging what they're doing there from the sounds of it. And Star asked for Ponyhead's help. Wrong one. Let's see. Star tries to keep the Spider Bites family occupied while Eclipsa runs late for dinner. Okay, so that might tie it back into Eclipsa. Like, obviously she's running late, but I think that's more to that because they don't want to give away too much, because she was originally supposed to marry a Spider Bite. So, OMG, River's stainless. Yeah, like, why does River not shower, man? That dude is actually crazy. He keeps doing more crazy things. What would be disappointing, Annapolis? I feel like most times when Star is blushing or showing that she likes Marco, that's usually directed at how Marco looks. Whereas with Tom, it's his actions. That's a pretty interesting catch, actually. I could see that. That makes a lot of sense. I kind of like that. They technically. Oh yeah, she did. I guess she did technically marry him, right? Technically. So yeah, I think that definitely ties back into what she did back in the day. Not that I don't think he's alive, obviously, but I think it's pretty big coincidence that it has to do with Spider Bites, and it also has to relate to Eclipsa being late and doing something wrong. So I think the two are probably connected. I want to know how River went from an awkward being who crushed on Moon to the weirdo we know. Yeah, I was thinking about that today. I was like, I don't remember him being this weird when he was younger in that flashback. So I don't know what caused that. I guess just his heritage got to him or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Ludo is not dead. He's chilling. He's actually waiting for revenge. He's like kind of obsessed, actually. He's super alive. But Star blushed when they were caught hugging and Conquer. I don't remember. That sounds about right, though. I don't know. I can't keep track of every time Star blushes, so I'm not really sure. But what's your favorite episode? I love Bon Bon the Birthday Clown. Love that episode because that was a huge turning point, and like that was like, to me, that was like one of the most feely episodes, one of the best shows I ever watched. It's definitely up there. It's definitely one of my favorite cartoons for sure. It's just, yeah, it's just so good. They just really know how to pace and build world and build characters. Like, it's just very well done. Yeah, it was head injuries, curse, Alzheimer's. That'd be pretty funny. Like, I mean, Alzheimer's isn't funny, but like a curse or something. That'd be a pretty funny kind of twist. It's kind of well, I don't want to spoil it, but there's like something in Captain Marvel that explains something that we already knew. That's actually like kind of silly that you wouldn't necessarily think, you know. Bomb Birthday Clown was by far the best. Such an event for the whole community. Yeah, I definitely think it was. That was like the moment. I would say that was the moment I fell in love with Star, but that was the moment where it really hit me, if that makes sense. Like, that was the moment where Star went from good to amazing for me. That episode. That was it. I actually, hold on, let me show you guys something. Let me show y'all something. I actually have a print. I have a print that I got at Gallery Nucleus, which is like kind of, it's like an art gallery in LA if you're in LA, but it's like the print of the title card sort of. I freaking love this print. Signed by Darren FC and some of the other artists on the back. It's super dope. I love it. Favorite episode. They had like a bunch of different prints from different episodes, but I had to just this is the episode to me. I don't know. I just love it. I love it, especially since it's such a reversal because you don't think it's actually gonna be that big a deal, and then it ends up being ridiculously crazy. Like it's so dope. It's fire. Anyway, let's put it in his bag. But yeah. Yeah, I don't even remember how much it was. I don't even remember. Storm the Castle was great too. Like that was another big turning point, for sure. But I feel like the thing with Bomb on the Birthday Clown is not only was it like epic and moving the plot forward in this crazy way, but it was also really emotional connection to the characters too, which I think is really, really important. You know, it was like kind of tragic in a big way for the main characters. That's like why I really love it. You know. But I wonder if the show will have a hey, we got gay too scene at the end of the series. No comment, man. I mean, I think they're already kind of doing that. Like not like a hey, we got it too, but like they're just kind of doing it. You know, they're not like shoving it in just for points, just to look like an ally, but not actually. You know, that's all I'm gonna say about that one. I think Star feels a stronger duty to her people than Eclipsa does. Well, I think Eclipsa is kind of turning that around after the last episode. I think she's kind of realizing that she's been putting her own personal emotions over the good of everybody. So, Star Wars season finale come through every time. Yeah, they really do, man. They really do. Like, I don't think there was a single season finale that was not fire. Like, I think every single finale was just like, just got it. So that's why I'm very hopeful, man. I'm very hopeful. Endings are very hard to nail. I've noticed, like, it's very tricky, man. Even a great show can kind of fall flat or not be satisfying. Like, a great series can just trip over its own shoelaces at the very end. They could just be sprinting the whole mile, you know, no problems, and then right before the finish line they just trip and then it's a wrap. But I don't think think Star's gonna do that. I'm very hopeful, and I'm not usually very hopeful. Meteora could grow up so fast her memories come back. I mean, I guess it's magic, sort of, so I guess maybe technically that's technically a possibility. The book is supposed to reveal that a shark wand. What? I actually do not remember a shark wand. On a new Blood Moon scene. Well, do we have that scene yet? Is that even a thing? But yeah, I'm hopeful. I think they're gonna do well. I definitely think they're gonna do well. Let me see if they have the other ones after this, because Oh, they do. Star, Marco, and Jenna want to take full advantage of Quest Buy's going out of business sale. Okay, so this seems like this is going to be the last Quest Buy episode. For sure. That's like, I think that's it. That's the finale for Quest Buy. Marco and Kelly risk life and limb to return a library book that is overdue. That's another aspect is Kelly. Kelly seems to kind of be into Marco too. So they might play along with that, I feel like. But this seems like a Kelly Marco episode, which seems pretty fun. Definitely seems fun. Kelly's World did that one. And then Curse of the Blood Moon. Let me get that description, boy. Star Marco set off on a dangerous mission to break the Blood Moon's curse. Okay, we knew that, actually. We actually knew that. I knew that one. So this is an hour-long episode, which is... Oof. So we got Eclipsa, Star, Marco, Tom, Ponyhead, Janet, and Kelly post pictures of a group recording session that they had for this episode. Cool. Interesting. I wonder how Jana, Kelly, Ponyhead, and Eclipsa are tied into this. That's really cool. Did you see the episode titles for April? I did. We actually didn't go over them yet, I don't believe. Let me see if I can find... I might just have to go to Disney XD or something. But I did see them, yeah. I did see them. I know Disney XD doesn't tweet a bunch, so hopefully I'll find it. Maybe not. Actually, I retweeted it. Let me just go to my Twitter. Hey, everybody, go follow me on Twitter. This is my Twitter. Right here. Okay. Oh, so Disney XD didn't tweet it. That's why. So we have Princess Quasar Caterpillar and the Magic Bell. Don't know what that is. Don't even ask me what that is. We are not going to try Rule 34 molasses, but thank you for the suggestion. Ghost of Butterfly Castle. That one sounds very interesting. Something I think that's almost definitely going to tie into the book because Darren FC said that the Book of Spells is going to be kind of like a season 3.5. So I feel like the ghost is probably one of the princess or one of the former queens. Cornball, probably something related to Muni because Meteor's lesson. So this is probably babysitting or something like that. I think we saw a little bit of what seemed to be babysitting in the trailers. So that's probably something like that. What if Globgor created the Blood Moon Curse? Ooh. That'd be cool. See, that's what I'm saying. Is if they did something like that, then the whole Starco, Tomco thing is connected to the plot, which makes you even more invested to the plot that's happening because they have to. The Globgor is now connected to them, because of the Blood Moon Curse. Like that's awesome. If they do that, that would be incredible. You got, let's see, Meteor's lesson, the night shift. It's about nights, probably about the laundry. Queen napped. That could be a lot of things. One of the queens get kidnapped. Probably Eclipsa. Could say Moon as a queen, sort of. Could have to do with sleep, actually. Could be a pun, because like napped. Junk and Jana. Probably not super relevant. Spell with no name. That sounds very relevant. Honestly, all these episodes seem like they're doing something. Like, so far, from what we've read from the descriptions and what we've seen so far that's aired, they're all doing something relatively significant. So I'm curious. It's very interesting. But yeah, what do you guys think about these? Do you think he's a magic user? I could see it. I'd have to read more. I'd have to go back to the Book of Spells and read about him, because there's a lot of little pieces of info about who he is, what he does, what his deal is. Could be about Alphonse the Worthy, Ghost of Butterfly Castle. I could see that. That'd be really cool, and that would tie into the Blood Curse, sort of, as well, or Blood Moon Curse as well. That's what I'm saying. They use Globgor to break the curse. Yes. And now Star and Marco are trying to free him also. And now they have to convince Romulus, and they have to work with Eclipsa to try to free Globgor. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And now Tom's related, and he's like, man, what if they should just be together? Is this okay? You know what I mean? There's just so many complicated feelings that they could work with. There's so much potential. Are we really getting a no filler season? Incredible. Love to see it, ladies and gents. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But so far, and that's the thing, is like, I know they probably have a lot of stuff in here. So I feel like they probably don't want to waste any time. We're probably not going to get like anything like, what was it, Trickster or something? I forget what it was. Just something completely irrelevant. Did nothing. I forget what his name was. The Marco clones, yeah. That, I don't know what's up with that. Junk and Jana could be about cloning Marco. Or, yeah. I could see that too. Does Marco even like Star anymore? I mean, the feeling's got to be there. I mean, because she liked him first, you know? So, I don't think that feeling went away either, you know? I think they're both kind of fighting it. From what I could see. The show could go many directions. Yeah, it really can. Which is a good and a bad thing. You know, it's like, oh man, what if they go this direction? Yeah, you know. But this show has earned my trust, especially with the finales. Like, the finales are always really satisfying. Like, after season 3 ended, I was like, good. Like, I really didn't even immediately need more episodes. I was like, you know what? I'm full. Like, I'm actually okay right now. And that doesn't happen a lot. Normally I'm like, oh my god, give me more. I was like, you know, I'm satisfied. I could wait a year for another season and I'd be okay. I could wait 6 months. And we ended up waiting a year, but I could wait another 6 months, 7 months, and I'd be fine. So I get Jana's advice on how to break a crystal. Can you imagine if Jana was the one to break Globgor's crystal? That'd be pretty wild. That blush she had when she saw Marco's swimsuit. Oh my god, dude. These last couple episodes have been very like. I don't think sexual is the word, because like they're still kids basically, but romantic. It was romantic. I don't know. Just very thirsty. Very thirsty. These last couple episodes have been super thirsty. Puberty is definitely hitting her hard for sure. Can't wait another 6-12 months. Well, now I can't. Now it's been a year since, you know, the last season. But when when season 3 first ended and I watched it, I was like, I'm satisfied. That was great. Can't wait for them to continue because there were still cliffhangers. But I was like, you know what? I'm good. Like, this is good. Star is a teen, and what do teens do? Lust, clearly. Clearly. Star called Marco hot. That did not seem a character. I feel like that's just kind of attributed to her getting older, and like she seems older, and I think that's part of like her growing up. Well, she literally said she feels like she's, you know, growing up. So I feel like that's kind of part of that. I don't know if that's intentional, but it works thematically because she's having to grow up a lot really fast and have a lot of responsibilities really fast. So she's kind of, I feel like she's mentally developing a lot. So that's probably why. That's just what I'm saying. A spell with no name could be about Star making her own spell, but don't know what to name it. I could see that too, but it sounds, I don't know, it sounds more ominous than that. It sounds more important. But I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. It could just be one of those, you know, chill, whatever, we're just chilling episodes. I keep thinking of Star and I have recently become smooch buddies and booth buddies. Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird that happened. Like, so much happened in the last season. Like, I feel like I didn't even process all of it. Last one was when Marco kicked the bunk bed. Yeah, the relationship's so cute. Love it. Hope that Eclipsa and her husband help Star bring monsters and humans together. Well, I think that's the idea. But I feel like it's not going to be that easy. I feel like there's going to be something more to it than that. I really think Marco could become a villain. Luna's going to be a villain. Moon could be a villain, maybe. I doubt it, but... And when I say villain, I mean, like, temporary. And even villain isn't really the right word. More antagonist. Because they're not necessarily wrong. But, yeah. I mean, spell Moon used to try and kill Toffee was a nameless spell. Was it? I think you might be right. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe it's reversing it, because we saw Eclipsa reverse all of her spells. So maybe Star... I mean, she didn't really do a spell on Toffee, more so than just Kamehameha waved him into oblivion till he died. straight Dragon Ball Z style. So I don't know if that technically counts as a spell you can reverse, but I don't know. It's a good question. Or if there'd be a time skip on the end of the series. It could be. That'd be cool. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see them as adults and beyond what happens here, and like see Star like hand her new book of spells to like her kids. That'd be so effective, I think. Eclipsa said the spell was so dark that she wouldn't give it a name. You're right. That could be that. Could be that. So that maybe that's a Toffee episode. Maybe that's a Toffee episode. That should maybe be about Marco becoming a knight. Yeah, that sounds about right. Become a knight of the wash, you know. Something like that. But yeah, I like these episodes. These episodes I think have been very strong lately. Last episode we got a little more lore, moving along with Moon. Now we're doing the whole shipping thing, and then the next few episodes is going to be kind of a mix of things, it looks like. So I'm excited. I think the season's going great so far. I'm kind of annoyed it's going to be ending in May because I'll probably be at MomoCon most likely. I hope not, but Eclipsa has an obsession with chocolate and ranch. Does she have an obsession with ranch? I don't remember the ranch. I remember the chocolate. I don't remember the ranch. You're probably right though. Does she have a thing for ranch? I don't remember that. Wait, hold on. Before we go, I need answers. This is important. Eclipsa, ranch. Ranch. Star versus. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Let me control F. Ranch. Oh. I mean, I saw her double dipping in the ranch. Oh, wait, never mind. That's not what... Okay. Anyway. May is way too soon. It is, man. I mean, it is and it isn't. We're at least getting consistent episodes. We don't have to wait, like, 8 months to finish this season. But it definitely feels early. Or was it unnamed spell? Because no one knows the true... No one has the true authority to name the spell. Even though Eclipsa has the wand, there's no book or real queen. Yeah, that's also true. That's also true. Yeah, I mean, Glossric also said that in the episode because he was like, yeah, I don't take orders from you, man. I don't work for you. I'm a free agent now, boy. What's good? So, I don't know. But yeah, guys, what'd you guys, before we go, what did you guys think of this episode, or of these episodes overall? Did you like them? Did you not like them? What'd you like? What'd you not like about them? I'm curious. The monkey will bother Marco this entire season. Yeah, so that's another thing. I feel like the monkey's relevant. I feel like the monkey just seems like a joke, but I feel like he's actually going to play a role, ironically. I don't think he's going to be nothing. You know? I think it's kind of, I think they're trying to trick us into thinking the monkey is useless, but he's actually not useless at all. Yeah, I don't like the monkey. I'm not a fan of the monkey. Luckily, he's not that much of an issue right now, but I'm not a fan. Not my favorite character. Overall, amazing besides Lake House Fever, only episode. There's a lot of hate for Lake House Fever. Very interesting. I'm just mark my words. If you didn't like Lake House Fever, it's fine. I'm just telling you now. I have a feeling that you're going to enjoy where it's going. I don't know where it's going, for the record. I don't have any inside information, but it seems like they're building up to something very interesting. So, monkey's true villain. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. It'd be like Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord, essentially. So, but yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Whatchamacallit? That next week we're gonna be doing the Yada Yada Berries, Down by the River, Ponyhead Show, and Surviving the Spider Bites. I don't know if Hailey's gonna be around or not. She's still struggling with school, as she does, you know. Nothing new. So if she's not here, it'll just be me. We'll be hanging out, chilling, and talking about more Star. But that's maybe it. Try to keep it civil. If you're watching this as a VOD after the stream has ended, try to have a casual, friendly discussion about shipping, if you can. Do your best, please. Let's all ship in harmony. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this, and I'll see you next week for the new Star episodes. See you guys.